Hey guys, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, it's 𝗙𝗶𝗀𝗀𝗃. Thank you for coming, and for the subscribers, always thank you so much for the love and the support. I really appreciate it always. Well guys, in today's video, this is something that I usually talk about, and one thing I must say is I love that a lot of Africans are coming out to speak on these issues as well. So yeah guys, watch this clip, come back, and let me say a few things about it.
Do Africans hate African Americans? The short response to this is don't just take my word for it. Go to Africa and find out for yourself. But honestly, this rhetoric that continues to be pushed is not only downright disgusting, but it's continuing to push a divide amongst us. There are ignorant people in the African community. There are ignorant people in the African American community. Just like when I came here, I used to be made fun of for being African. I don't hold that against them because in the most respectful manner, they did not know any better. They were children and they were just going up for whatever was fed to them. If you go to Africa, you literally get treated like royalty. I'm telling you, royalty, bro. Like as an African American, when you go to Africa, you literally get praised, bro. I spent all my early life wanting to become like African American, bro. I loved watching Nino Brown. I wanted to be just like Nino Brown. I used to be walking around in Africa with a band-aid under my eye because I wanted to be like Nelly. I only saw posters, just off of posters alone, found him to be so cool. Within my friends group, there was a point where nobody went by their African name. Everybody wanted to be named something else. I was Nelly, somebody else was 50 Cent, somebody was Snoop Dogg. Like that's literally how it was. But the media is not gonna tell you that though. The media is not gonna tell you how many fights I got into because somebody wanted to be called Nelly. I'm like, nah, Nelly is me. You're gonna have to go find somebody else. And I'm dead ass. If I'm lying, God strike me. This is facts. I remember having a poster of 50 Cent on my wall because I wanted to be like him so bad. You know those tank tops with the bullet going through with the G unit? I wanted to be like, I literally started working out because I wanted to look like 50 Cent. I kid you not, I swear to everything. Does that sound like hatred to you guys? Like almost every kid in Africa wants to be like African Americans, bro. If you go to Gambia right now, bro, it can be 90 degrees. 90 degrees. There's kids walking around with puffers and fur coats and try to sag their pants because to them, that's what, like, I don't think you guys understand how powerful or how much Africans in Africa especially admire African Americans, bro. We spend our whole life trying to emulate and trying to be like y'all. There's no room for hatred. In my culture and in my language, there's no term such as African or African Americans. We use one term. 𝗷𝗶𝗀𝗃𝗃, that means like a black person. Like there was no other races. It was only 3 or 4 races that I remember. One was 𝗙𝗶𝗿𝗀𝗏, means like white person, 𝗷𝗶𝗀𝗃, like black person, and Chinese. It doesn't matter if you were Korean, Japanese, you are Chinese. Like, and half caste means like you're half white and half black. That's all we knew for the most part. There was no room to be divisive. There was no room to how can you hate on somebody that you identify as? We literally all identified as black. And when I made a video talking about how dangerous drill music and violent hip hop music is, some people were telling me, oh, speak on your culture. What do you mean? I grew up listening to the same music y'all listen to for the most part. I grew up wanting to idolize the same people y'all idolize. This divisiveness needs to stop. We don't have no more room for this. They spent centuries teaching us to hate each other. And we're gonna continue to spew that same garbage? Come on, man, we should know better. We should know better. It's 2023, and if you're still spewing this garbage, shame on you. We are so much stronger together. I guarantee you they do not want us to come together like this. I promise you. I promise you that.
Every single black person needs to visit a black country. Go there, and not to the little touristy areas. Go to the black areas, the real areas, and see what life could be like, especially if you're from the US, like myself. So I grew up going to Jamaica every year with my family, and it was life-changing for me as a child to see Black business owners, Black restaurant owners, Black people in commercials, Black people on billboards, Black politician, all Black everything. It was so beautiful and so inspiring. For the first time in my life, I was seen. I took off my Blackness and put on my humanness. I wasn't just Jessica the Black girl, I was just Jessica. And if you've never experienced what life is like outside of your Blackness, outside of your exterior, you'll be surprised to know how much freedom there is in just being you. I've been in many social spaces where I walk in, I'm representing as the only Black person there. And you have to be very mindful and cognizant of everything you do, everything you say, how you walk, how you dress, because there are so many stereotypes and stigmas about you already that you need to walk in on your A game. You don't realize how much all of these things are playing on your psyche, on what you think is possible, on what life could be, what normalcy is. You don't always have to be the other. Growing up in the US, going to school, it was so hard to make friends because people are afraid of me. People think I'm gonna act a certain way or be a certain way. I went to Jamaica. I would be there for 5 days and leave with 10 friends because these people are just seeing me for me. There's no preconceived notions of who this tall black girl is. Even if you think life is great here, it can be so much better in a place where you can truly be you. Trust me. And if I have children, I also want them to see all the possibilities life can be as a person of color.
Well guys, as you've seen in the video, that is an African man and he is from Gambia, and what he's saying is something that I also connect with. He talked about how the stereotypes that we Africans don't like African Americans, Black Americans, Caribbean people, or just like the Black people in the diaspora is a myth, and it's a lie that has been put throughout the time, like in the media, in the books, and it's something that I personally do not subscribe to. And why I say that is the way he said, growing up, I used to listen to a lot of hip hop. Guys, I love hip hop. And when you look at me, you might not even think that I do, but I love hip hop music. I know the rap lyrics of hip hop artists like 50 Cent, Lil Wayne. I love those kinds of people. Nelly, like I grew up when I was young listening to those kinds of people, and I loved how these people would express themselves. And what he talked about, like he would actually want to be Nelly. He fought over being Nelly, and he would put like a bandage yeah, bandage under his eye. And guys, I think I'm guilty on that too. I got in a lot of trouble wanting to look like or have a band like Destiny's Child, be like Kelly Rowland, Beyonce, Miss Elliott. Miss Elliott got me in a lot of trouble because I was acting like a boy because of her. And then Eve came in. Like, I'm not even that old, but that's the music that I grew up listening to. Before Nicki Minaj came, I was like, these guys are so cool. I want to be like them. Like, I would always aspire to be like you guys. And then, like, I think a lot of us, if you are African, if you relate to me, we got in a lot of trouble more in school because we would use our books to write songs instead of the action notes of the school that it needed. And it's that wild on how we admired to be like you guys, because we saw like you guys are living in America, for example, like the Black Americans especially. And it's something that I aspire to be. And that's why I said in my previous videos that I thought when I would grow up, if I ever travel to the USA, I would meet my people, because I thought we don't even have any issues amongst us. So growing up and seeing that there's these misconceptions of us that we don't even like you, I was shocked, you know. And then what he said about how the music industry, the rap industry is also messing up with the generation of today, or us as Africans or just Black people, where most rappers now, most musicians now, when they sing, they talk about guns, they talk about unaliving people, they talk about women being not so well behaved. And it's not something that I used to see when I was growing up. Like, the music of today is not something that I connect with more or a lot, especially when it comes to the hip hop music genre. And I think it is also something that is making us as a people be more violent, and it's also showing other people that have already had a stereotype on us that is actually who we are, that is our style, that is our life, that is who we stand for. And it's just not fine, you know. And also what the lady spoke about, she's, you know, African American. She experienced how it is when you are in a Black dominated place. Yes, we have our problems, we have our stereotypes amongst us, we have our issues amongst us. But one thing that she was clearly stating is, if you are a Black person, you should once in a lifetime try to go and live in a Black dominated place or country. It could be the continent, it could be the Caribbean area, it could be just anywhere where there is a lot of majority of Black people, that you see the different way of how you'll be treated. And like I say, as Black people from the diaspora, when you come in the continent, yes, people would want to take advantage of you because you are from those areas of the West, but they still have this love towards you because you are us, you look like us, we know we are one. So a lot of Africans don't even have those hate misconceptions that were put onto us by the media on how we are not inviting, we are barbaric, we are horrible, we are evil. Like, all those things are mostly lies. And one thing you can never lie about us Africans is we are not welcoming people. That's a lie. We are very, very welcoming. Like, that's one thing that I know about my people. We have issues, like I say, but when it comes to welcoming people, that's our specialty. That's our specialty. So there's this fear that was put in you guys that you shouldn't even come in the continent, because they know when you come, you feel love. Like the lady was also trying to say, you see and get to understand that you're seen as yourself and not like the skin of yourself, but truly who you are. It's the same thing when it comes to the N word. In my country, Uganda, for someone to be called the N word is to describe someone who is cool, because we see rappers, we see artists on TV call themselves that, and we never fully understood what it meant, but it just to us seemed like it's to describe someone who is cool. And I see and I hear a lot of Ugandans call themselves the N word on a daily, because it describes someone who dresses well, has swag, looks amazing, like, you know, someone who is fly. And yeah, you can come out as being mean. I don't know, like, because in the countries where you guys come from, in the West of America, in the UK, in those areas, it is a slur. But when it comes to my country specifically, it's something that we use, or people use, to describe someone who is amazing or cool or just the best at whatever they do. But yeah, guys, that is it really in the video. So I really appreciate the African gentleman and the Black American woman for coming out and saying these things and letting us know, letting the Black people know that we are not all what is put out in the world. We are better than that. And if we have more conversations about these stereotypes and things about us, we will do better for us and grow ourselves and elevate ourselves. Yeah, guys, that was it for me today in the video. Let me know what you think. Guys, please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for the super chats. It means a lot. And yeah, that's it. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.